Hello, welcome to an empty apartment tour. No one asked me to do this, but I kind of just wanted to use it as an excuse to say goodbye to this apartment, which I love, and just give you a little tour of it while I still have the keys. It's quite literally, it's all cleaned up, it's empty, it's all clean, it's done. I have to come back Monday, this is the weekend, I have to come back Monday to hand them over the keys. So this is very bittersweet for me, but yeah, okay, let's just start. Let me just give you the tour. Starting off with the front door. So yeah, here's our front door. We have like a whole security system and everything. Didn't really need to use it all that much though, but it leads you right here into the kitchen. Of course, you got all of our last minute cleaning supplies left, but that's literally it. Yeah, the piece de resistance is the island in the kitchen. My last apartment in Tempe, Arizona had an island and my husband fell in love with it. So he was like, oh, our first apartment together should have an island. So we got one. It's quite just like the perfect size. It ended up being our dining table with like some storage underneath, and then our kitchen, you know, classic oven, stovetop, microwave, and a sink. And we did have a dishwasher. We ended up getting a new dishwasher. We only stayed here for like 3.5 years, but something went wrong with ours and they just like, the apartment just gave us a new one. So I was like, sweet. And then side note, right now, I was walking up to film this today right now, and there's like 10 dishwashers by the dumpster. So it wasn't just us. We didn't break it. They're probably all defective because there's quite literally 10 dishwashers all lined up over by the dumpster. Okay, just that was a side note. And then right next to the dishwasher was our freezer. This is the freezer part. Not all that big. Like, look how tiny this is. And then the fridge was just like so normal. Just a normal fridge. But as like a mom who did not want to cook, I wanted a bigger freezer, and so this was like full at all times. Plus the water that came out of this was just like okay. I ended up putting like a Brita filter in here to like double filter it because it didn't really taste all that good. And then all these different cabinets, which I'm 5'2", so I couldn't reach like everything above there. And then our kitties ended up jumping up there a couple times just because they're crazy kids. Yeah, right here next to, I feel like you're what's it called? This is like a first person video game. This is like I am interacting with everything. This was a coat closet, you know, classic, just coat closet. We ended up using it to put one of the kitties' litter boxes, and then we just had some storage up there. If we didn't have the kitties or cats, then we probably would have actually used it to hold our coats. But our closet was like plenty big for the two of us anyway. And then here's the washer dryer. No problems there with our water heater up top. They did the job. Wonderful job, guys. Sad to see you go. And then right here's our living room. If you can believe, like, this is so tiny for a living room, by the way. Just like, if you remember, our couch was like right here, TV right there. We had like the cat tree and like some storage like in here. But yeah, this is like a teeny tiny little living room that we crammed everything in. I just wanted like the living room and the kitchen to be, you know, connected in a way. But yeah, just like so tiny. Yeah, super teeny tiny. Our floor plan was like very unique in that it had like this really weird, like, this is so long, and then this part, the ceiling goes up so high. Like, that is so high up there with like one tiny little light bulb that barely does anything. So this was like a really weird thing to like try to figure out what to do with this. And then it leads out to the balcony, which I guess I can show you now that we're going. But yeah, this is our balcony. Gigantic, by the way. Like, I think this corner over here is probably the normal size balcony, but we ended up getting this whole thing included. I think because we're in the corner, so they just like, we ended up getting like a triple size balcony. Did we ever use this? No. The only time that we ever did was to watch the 4th of July fireworks. We invited people over. We all gathered right here and watched the fireworks, and that was it. Because it's too dang hot in Arizona to be out here, except for today. For some reason, it's 60 degrees out here today. I got a coat on. So that's what's really unique about our floor plan. So, since we didn't know what to do with this little nook, I don't know, it's like this should be like a dining table sort of area, I think, but we ended up eating over there at the island. So, this is where my husband put all of his Legos. Like, we got those like IKEA bookshelves that like were fairly small and then went all the way up. You know, okay, maybe not all the way up, maybe like to here, I think. And then, yeah, he just put all of his Legos here. And then when we first moved in, this is where my computer desk was. Like, I had my whole, like, L-shaped computer desk. And that's where I would play video games while my husband was over here playing his video games. It was a wonderful time, but yeah, very unique situation. And then right here was the studio. So when we first moved in, you know I need a place to, paint. I'm a painter. This is what I do. And so we wanted a 2-bed, 1-bath because it would be slightly cheaper. So this ended up being the studio, which has like a little countertop right here, which I ended up doing my makeup in. And then a closet right here, which is just like a standard closet. I don't know if you ever saw it because it was like just a mess all the time because like, look how shallow this is. And it's meant for coats, like it's meant for clothes, but this is the studio. So I didn't need to hang up clothes in here. So, yeah, just like we just ended up cramming a bunch of stuff just on the floor and on this really skinny shelf. Didn't know what to do with it then. But the natural lighting that came in this room, like look at this right now. Like this is amazing. Look at all that natural light that's coming in. It was just perfect to paint in, to film in. Like whenever I started any filming, it was in here just because of this natural lighting. Oh, and then the ceilings go so high. Like look, it's all the way up. Like it's so high up there. Oh, that's the joys of being on the top floor of this apartment building is because like the ceiling in here and in here was just so high. But going over to the bedroom. So this was our bedroom, standard, pretty good size. We ended up putting a queen bed in here, dresser right here to hold my husband's clothes, and then the baby ended up sleeping over there in the crib. And then right here's our walk-in closet. There you go, completely empty. This was my husband's side, got 2 shelves, and then this was my side with the 1 shelf, a little bit wider. The security system and the modem router are in there. And then right here to the bathroom. Yeah, 1 bath. This is all that we ever needed. So just one little shower. That's a decent size. It's a very short shower though, or the tub. So I never like took a bath because this is so uncomfortable for an adult to lay in. But the shower did its job. And then a toilet, and then here I am. Hello. You probably recognize this. And then some storage down here and up here, and then it connects right back to the front, which does make like having guests over a little awkward because like people usually would hang out right here. So if anyone's doing their business in here, you can definitely hear it. So we always had to have like the TV on full blast. That's just something I noticed. But yeah, there's the full walkthrough. So now you have an idea of the whole layout of the place if you didn't already. I guess the talking numbers. When we first signed the lease all the way back in like 2021, we thought that the rent was going to be, I think about $1,500 with our utilities on top of that. Like we had to go through Cox to do internet and SRP to do electricity. So we thought it was gonna be $1,500, like here, just the apartment, which they included water. But no, that was not the case. And then at each time that we renewed the lease, it just kept going up and up, and we just couldn't afford it anymore. And this is the end of this lease. It's quite literally ending Wednesday. But yeah, as you see, we're cleared out, we're cleaned out. I definitely wanted to get this over with before Halloween and stuff with my baby's birthday. But this is it. And I've been over here several times to clean it, just like every weekend at least. And then we came over a couple times this last weekend to make sure it was done by today. Talking about cleaning real quick, I had to clean like where the kitties, like the cats, rubbed their faces on like all the little corners of like the doorways and stuff. Like cats, they like to like scratch their, like rub their chin on stuff. And so it was like so sad to like scrub away their scent basically from this place. And it was just like, from the naked eye, you couldn't really tell, but because I was cleaning every inch of this apartment, I was like, oh wait, this is where Bailey, I keep saying Bailey because she's the one who usually does it. rubbed her little scent all over the, just like scratch her chin, you know, just like a little hello to the apartment. And here I am scrubbing it away because we're leaving. And this is the kitchen where I spent many a night cooking food, mostly Trader Joe's meals, let's be honest. And I only like really baked or cooked, you know, by hand like a handful of times. I just did it, you know, like that's not just like something I did. But, you know, everything served its purpose. We brought so many people to visit that came and like sat or stood by this island that is like bare, you know, right now. Like so many friends and family all gathered around this island and stood and talked and hung out. I wish more people did come over, but we're not very close to my side of the family over here. Now where we have moved, we are closer to everyone, so that's gonna be amazing to be able to see everybody more often. In this living room, you have no idea how much time I've spent like right here where the couch was, like watching my favorite shows with my husband, sitting editing these videos, hanging out with the baby and the cats. You know, the cats had their tower right here. We even got the cat tower before we even adopted the cats, because that's how ready we were. You know, they could have access to that teeny tiny little window that for some reason is there. Like, why is that window so small? I have no idea. I wish it was bigger, you know. I love the natural daylight that came in through. Like, oh my gosh, like look at all the light coming in. Like, you have no idea how many days I spent just like looking out this window and the view. It's like we're on the 3rd floor. We're fairly close to a canal. So yeah, we get to see, there's a bunch of trees and then the water, and cyclists and people walking go by all the time. And we are next to a busy road, which does have fairly loud cars. I'm not gonna miss that. Like quite literally while trying to film this, I had a couple loud cars go through and I was like, I'm not gonna miss that. No, I will not. With the balcony, I know it's like 3 times bigger than any normal balcony, but I took all of my sunset photos. Like I'm a painter, I paint sunsets. And I was out there every beautiful rainbow sky to see, there's another one, another car, to take pictures of those because we have a perfect view because we're on the 3rd floor. We can see so much sky. Where I'm looking right now, this is west, so we can see the sunsets. Like it was so perfect. That was like one of the pros that we put into staying here, is that I could see the sunsets, and now I won't have that view anymore. And then the studio, so many paintings painted in here. You guys have seen so many, like whenever I wanted some time alone here and I vlogged, it was in here. Like this was my room. This was my first room, like my own room, my own studio that was mine. That was like completely mine. Before, it was always like just like thrown in the corner somewhere, and it will be now in our new place. This was my room. This was Armita's room, and I covered all these walls with all my paintings. Oh, I'm trying so hard not to cry. I covered all the walls with the paintings, and over here too. Like this was my backdrop. This wall was my backdrop for all my vlogs and all the paintings, and we were here, and I changed them out. This was my wall. This was everything. Now it's empty. Now it's bare, and I scrubbed it, and I took all the command hooks off. And where you are right now is where I did my makeup. Like this is my vanity. It was a mess, and everybody made fun of me for it. My family, I mean, not you guys. Like how messy Armita's vanity was at all times. Just like that's just how my brain works. I don't know. I'm gonna miss all the natural lighting that's come like this. I'm gonna miss that so much. My parents' house where we're staying now, some parts of the house get natural light, but they really don't vibe with like a bunch of sun coming in. They think that it makes the house like super hot, and it probably does, but I love it. I love sunlight, and I love daylight, and then I'm gonna miss it. Oh gosh. Oh, it's a beautiful day today too. It's like, of course, the one day that I'm coming over here to say goodbye to this place. It's 60 degrees. I'm wearing my jean jacket that I was so excited to wear. It's because I'm looking out. I'm gonna miss this place so much because this was our place. Like, this was my husband and I's first apartment. Yeah, we're gonna bring it back all the way back to then, and we signed the lease April 2021 and got married, and we moved in here. Just just so many days. Like, this was my almost my dream apartment. The location, the size was perfect for my husband and I. Obviously, when we moved in here, Marceline didn't exist. We did not think about including a third into our life, just the cats. That's all we thought about. It was just like, when can we adopt 2 cats? And we did, like, as soon as we could. Yeah, this was our home. Like, this was like our first home. The 2 of us then became 3, and now I'm reverting back, you know, moving in with my parents, who I love, and I'm so excited to start new memories over there. But you know, it's hard to say goodbye. I'm just a girl, okay? I'm just a girl who loves an apartment, who's crying in it right now. Oh, I held on pretty well though. I think I did. Don't even get me started on Marceline and her ties to this place too. Like, she didn't even get to say goodbye. We just threw her over at the new house, and she hasn't seen it empty, and I don't think she will, because we're gonna turn in the keys Monday. But she's not even 2, so I don't think it's not even gonna register that this was her home and this was the apartment, and she's never coming back again. She doesn't even know. This was her first home, and she's never gonna remember it because she's 2. She's almost 2, and she's gonna have no memory of this place, and just me and the vlogs. She'll have the vlogs. Because right here in this bathroom, which is our only bathroom here, I found out Marceline existed here. I peed on a pregnancy test right there. Picture it. And I found out that I was pregnant right there, and that she existed. Was in this bathroom, like, and I had to call up my husband, and I called him up right over there because I was spiraling, and I told him to get his booty over here. And we called, you know, my mother-in-law, and we called up my parents too. And it just so happened that they were right here in Peoria, just like doing errands or something. And I was like, come to the apartment right now, I have something to tell you. And I was pregnant. So I told them I was pregnant right here. And I told you guys I was pregnant too. I filmed the whole video that I was pregnant right there in front of the Lego wall. And the kitties, when we first adopted the cats, we had them first in the bathroom as well. Just like, from what I was able to learn, they're like, oh, when you adopt cats, put them in a small room to get adjusted, and then slowly show them to the rest of the home, the apartment or whatever. And so then I think after that first day, I think we let them into the closet, which is, you know, around the corner. And then we let them into the bedroom the next day, and then they were basically in the whole apartment by day 4 or whatever. So yeah, the kitties first lived in here that first day, and then we figured out Marceline existed right there in that bathroom. But it's a bathroom, who cares? I do. It's just so tough to say goodbye to 3.5 years. Sometimes it feels like I peaked, you know, here in like as who I am, like as a person. Because when we moved in here, you know, I thought I had my whole life like figured out. Not whole life figured out, but just like, oh, I'm gonna be a painter, I'll paint, and then it'll just be Christian and I, and we'll live here, and that'll be our lives. And then Marceline came around, and then now look at us. Like, our whole lives are turned upside down in a wonderful way, you know, and just a different wonderful way. Yeah, this is my dream apartment, and I love it so much. And I've stayed at a couple places, but it's definitely by far the best. Just too bad it's just so expensive, and we just can't afford it. It's just so funny that the week we're moving out, I started making money here on YouTube. It's not enough to pay the rent by all means, but it's just really funny how timing works out. I think I am just so sad because like it's just been empty here for several weeks. Now this week we're finally turning in the keys because it's finally cleaned. Like, I've been coming back here weekly to clean it. Like, me and Renee and Christian a couple days as well, because he's working, so he's not that available. And I've like slowly been seeing it empty for the past couple weeks, and I've been trying to I don't want to say hold this together. It's not like I'm on the verge of tears every day, but just like, it's just so sad coming back. Like the drive coming back here and like knowing that this isn't our home anymore and that I'm gonna come up here and it's gonna be empty. I just think I just need to make more memories. I need to find, you know, happiness outside of this apartment, and I think I'll be okay. But I think I just want to show you guys it empty and then like talk about how sad this makes me to say goodbye to it. And you're probably like, gosh, like it feels like you've been moving for ages and you keep talking about moving out of this apartment. You're probably thinking that. But I'm like, it's a big transition and I want to talk about it. And I want to show this place empty so I can look back. I can see this whole place all together as well and empty. But this is just a place. You know, this is just like 1,000 square feet in some building in Peoria. Home is where my husband and Marceline is, and like wherever I am. You know, that's where home is. This is just a place. Like it's just walls and it's a roof. And yeah, we don't live here anymore. Our stuff isn't here anymore. But yeah, home is where we are. You know, the people matter more than the place. And I'm not a failure because I couldn't continue to pay the crazy rent. Like I'm not a failure because we ultimately decided that staying here was not a good idea anymore, that we needed to move out. That was the smart decision, you know, for our future, to save up and, you know, to live with my parents, and so that we can live somewhere even cooler than this, which is tough to say. And I just need to say it out loud. I just need to say it out loud just to say goodbye to this place. Thank you so much for watching this. I know you really care about me if you watch me show off an empty apartment that I'm no longer living in. So I know you care if you sat and you listened this long. Thank you so much. This is really it really helps me feel better about this. So yeah, you can always check out the videos I've vlogged here and go back onto memory lane with me. Like they're always there. I guess subscribe for whatever new future entails for me and, you know, my family. I'm ready to move forward and to just have fun somewhere else and do fun things. Okay. All right, bye bye.